Intuitive Goddess 333, Spiritual Court TV, My Queen's Eye. First of all, happy Christmas Eve. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And second of all, I wanted to thank you, all of you angels, for everything that you've done for me. I'll start by saying, you know what you've channeled. You know the messages you've given, especially over the last, I want to say, couple weeks. Number one, what connected me to you guys were the sunflowers, which is my favorite flower. My Queen's Eye, the first cards I saw you using had little sunflowers on them, and you know, Spiritual Court TV, you know, you keep the sunflowers up there with the candles, and Intuitive Goddess 333, you know, your background has, you know, the sunflowers, and Today I Choose Joy, I think it is, something like that. All of those things really connected me with you guys. Y'all are my angels. When I tell you what was going on with me, sounded like a horror movie, Lifetime series. I mean, I couldn't tell anybody this stuff. I actually, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the channels, you're right, of course. So source, my intuition, and I did have downloads that literally saved my life. There's a group of people, and it's not the first time people have tried to break me. In the past, though, what I would do is, once I did figure out they were trying to break me, it turned into a competition. Like, I won't let them break me. Instead of me, you know, remove myself from a situation or things like that, I once I figured it out, I'm like, I'm not gonna let them win. I'm not gonna let them win. And eventually, you know, when I did choose to walk away, karma always came back. Everybody, karma has always come back. Okay. Number one, this certain group, this certain person, I should say, I never saw the karma come back, mostly because they were hiding it. That's what I found out, as you know. So, first, they did try to break me, and it was a group of them, I found out with my download. First, they tried to break me with drugs. Then there was sex magic. Then there was a man I fell in love with, and they all got together and decided they were going to use my unconditional love against me, because I do love unconditionally. So yeah, they did the sex magic. Then there was a life insurance policy actually taken out of me. Shortly after that, me and this masculine did separate, but he did lure me back in, which I thought was love at the time. It was really a trap, which I figured out. So during that time is when I realized it was definitely a couple that was going against me. The masculine was in a relationship, and they plotted with this group of people to come against me. So the life insurance policy, I was already sick. I wouldn't die from that because universe, source, God was like, nah, you got a purpose here, right? So I wouldn't die from that with their life insurance policy. So then they wanted to break me. They had the humiliation rituals. They recorded the humiliation rituals. So I'm sure there are videos out there on the World Wide Web of me that was done by these people. They took great pride in making me feel low, is how they made themselves feel high. And when they did try to get me out of here, I was actually on my way to the trap because they once again had asked me to come, blah, 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 blah. But this time I knew it was a trap. I just felt so low about myself that I was like, I'm just going to walk into it. Until one day I was halfway there and Source, the Most High Universe, was like, I think not. And they turned me around, and that's when I realized that I was actually being followed and plotted on. Because when I turned around, that's when crazy things started happening. These people chased me across state lines. They had access to my phone, to my cameras. They would, every time I would hide from them, it would be like a bunch of people like honking their horns. And I thought at the time it was just an intimidation tactic. But no, they had access to my phone. So they were listening for their horns on my phone to find me. This far, okay? And then not only that, but this masculine that I love, this went back and forth on and off for 3 years. And during that time, I really felt low because at first I didn't know what was going on. And since I do love the way that I love, I just really couldn't figure it out. But that's all part of the breaking me, right? That was all part of wanting me to basically myself, which if they knew any better, I've tried to do that 3 times. The universe was like, nope, you stand. So they didn't know that though. They didn't know that. So not only that, but yes, family has alienated me. Family has plotted against me. Family has been in cahoots with people that did not have the best interest for me. Family has kicked me out and my child out on the streets just because. So, yes, confirmation on that. And another thing is that I just really was wondering why this one person hadn't received their karma yet like everybody else had. And it was actually over Labor Day weekend I found out that all of the plot that was going on and how it went back to something someone thought I did 13 years ago. But I didn't. And they just couldn't heal. Instead, they wanted revenge. They wanted to hurt me. And they had been succeeding. They had been. Until over Labor Day weekend when Source saved me. They watched over me. And ever since then, my awakening has been on speed 1000. Like lights act funny around me, and I'm not rejecting any of the signs that I get. I have birds of prey that follow me around. I don't know what kind they are. I just know they're big birds, but I have them. I go out to, the lake, and there's been twice that the snake came straight up to me, the water moccasin. And it wasn't until after that situation happened that I realized universe was trying to tell me, Source was trying to, Most High was trying to tell me something. So now I am so happy I found y'all. I'm also about making connections. And you are angels. So do you want to be part of the Avengers? No, not Avengers. Revengers. The Revengers is, if you watch any, I had a video come out way back when. However, what it is if you think about like disclosure and how like the movies tell us like what's really going on, we have to agree to this. It's for, universal laws. We have to agree to it. And so that's why they show us these things in movies, so that we aren't really taking it seriously, but we still are agreeing to it. And one of the things that I really have leaned on and really taken a special interest in are the superheroes. Like, the superheroes and like the Justice League and the Avengers and all that, where it's like individually all these superheroes are so far apart, right? They're so far apart because they have to build up their powers individually, but also I feel like they are too powerful to be together until it's needed, you know? Like in, Infinite War and things like that. So until it's needed, then they come together to save the world. So I want you guys to just know that you are part of the Sunflower chapter of the Revengers. In my mind, it ain't real, but it's gonna be real one day. I know that all the people that I'm trying to connect together. Like, not me connecting, but I'm trying to connect y'all together because y'all are superheroes. Y'all are angels. Y'all are light workers. And y'all will save this world. Love is going to heal us. Y'all got lots of it. And I'm so grateful, so, so grateful that I happened across you and that, yeah, my sunflowers.